So I just learned that someone who has inspired me profoundly over the years, over the last 10 years, died. The world knows him as the Double Rainbow Guy. If you're not familiar with the Double Rainbow Guy, he was one of the original viral videos on YouTube. And in this video, we're going to take a look at this. We're going to talk about what is it about beauty that pierces our hearts. What is that all about? Coming right up. So I first discovered the Double Rainbow Guy 10 years ago when he went viral on YouTube. Again, he was one of the first videos to go viral. This guy just died and he is seeing the eternal double rainbow now. But there's barely a talk I've given over the last 10 years in which I haven't referenced and sometimes, oftentimes, shown to my audiences this video. This guy encounters this rainbow, he moans, he groans, he weeps, he sighs, he wonders what it all means. What does it all mean? Well, now he knows the Double Rainbow Guy has passed over to the other side. Let's take a look at this and then we'll talk about it.
Whoa, that's a full rainbow. All the way. Double rainbow. Oh my God. It's a double rainbow all the way. Whoa, that's so intense. Whoa, man. Whoa.
He's about to go off.
Whoa. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Now, he has actually complained in other videos that his camera didn't nearly capture how vivid this double rainbow is. And in fact, it started to look, as we'll see, it started to look like a triple rainbow, which we can't quite see because of the camera quality. Nonetheless, keep watching.
Woo! Oh, wow! Woo! Yeah! Oh my God, look at that. It's starting to even look like a triple rainbow. Oh my God, it's full on. Double rainbow all the way across the sky. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Now check this out. Did you notice this? He's crying. He starts crying. And right as he starts crying, it starts to rain. It's like God is crying with him. I know the various reactions to this from sharing this with audiences over the years, that some people just think he's a nutcase. Some people think he's high on something. But in all the talk shows that he was on after this went viral, he was typically asked, what were you smoking? And he said, I wasn't smoking anything. I was not high on any foreign substance, he said. He said, I was high on God's beauty. What is it about beauty that can pierce us like this? Let's keep watching.
Oh, God. What does this mean? Oh my God. Oh God. It's so bright. Oh my God, it's so bright and vivid. Oh! It's so beautiful.
I love his childlike willingness to feel what he's feeling. When you put music on for a toddler, what's that toddler going to do? He's going to start dancing. We all have, as children, we have this spontaneous response to beautiful things. And somewhere along in our lives, maybe you ran in to show your mom a little flower that you found out in the yard one springtime, and you said, Mom, look at this, with excitement. And she felt annoyed, or she looked at you like you were weird, and the turtle goes back in its shell. But this turtle is fully out of his shell. It's so intimate too. I mean, it's, if I were to play this video or just the audio, without seeing the video, you might think it was some kind of sexual experience or something, because he's moaning and groaning in ecstasy. But this is the point I want to make. See, eros, that erotic longing of the heart, eros is much broader and wider than the sexual. Obviously, it has much to do with our longing for sexual union, our longing for sexual love. Erotic longing is indeed that. But John Paul II says eros is much broader. It's the upward impulse of the human spirit towards what is true, good, and beautiful. This is an explosion of eros in that sense, in this guy's heart. And I receive it as a profound gift that he shared this with the world. If I just stumbled upon this and he hadn't shared it with the world, or if you're like walking through the woods and you see him having this experience, you'd be like, okay, that's kind of private and that's just for him. But the fact that he made this gift of his heart to us means we can receive it and I hope rejoice with him. Although again, I know there's so many different reactions to this because I've shared this with so many people over the years. And even on YouTube, you'll find people mocking him because we don't like how vulnerable he is. We mock that which makes us feel uncomfortable. And I see this as an invitation to get in touch with our own deep longing for beauty. Listen to what Pope Benedict XVI says here. I think he really describes very well what's going on in this video. I quote him in my book, At the Heart of the Gospel. Pope Benedict XVI says, "An essential function of genuine beauty is that it gives man a healthy shock. It draws him out of himself, wrenches him away from being content with the humdrum. It even makes him suffer," right? We heard these moans and groans coming out of this guy like he was suffering. It pierces the heart like a dart, but in doing so, it reawakens us, opening afresh the eyes of our hearts and our mind, giving us wings, carrying us aloft. What in your life does this for you? What experiences have you had? Can you think of a time in your life where your heart was pierced by something so beautiful that it brought a tear to your eye, that it made you gasp, that it made you moan like the double rainbow guy? I invite you, maybe in the quiet of your own inner room. Remember when Jesus said, when you pray, go in your inner room and close the door. I invite you to let yourself be pierced by beauty. Pope Benedict XVI also said that a saint is someone who has allowed himself or herself to be so pierced by God's truth and beauty that they become transformed by that beauty into that beauty. Have we ever thought of holiness in that way, that it means to be pierced by beauty, seized by beauty? And so I hold out to you the double rainbow guy as a man who has had the courage to be seized, to be pierced by beauty. And let us pray on this acknowledgement that he just recently died. Let us pray that he went from small b beauty to capital B beauty. And he's participating now in the beatific, the beatifying, the participation in bliss. That's what it means. The beatific vision of capital B beauty. One more go around with this guy. Be not afraid. Be not afraid to let beauty pierce you. I have so much more to share with you guys, cultural commentary on things like this. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. I look forward to continuing the journey with you.